South African winemakers have been hard hit by a 30% tariff imposed by United States President Donald Trump's administration last August. Producers export up to 5% of their volumes to the United States. Once profitable cross-border sales have now turned into loss-making transactions.
Our competitors, especially in the US market, are the Southern Hemisphere guys, South America, Chile, Argentina, New Zealand, and Australia. And those guys have had lesser tariffs than us. So our wines are becoming expensive in the market. So yeah, it's really going to be tough.
Other industries, including the automotive sector and smaller exporters selling fashion items, art and skincare products directly to US consumers, have also felt the pinch. They are pinning their hopes on a case before the US Supreme Court, which will determine the legality of the tariffs imposed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a move that upended global trade rules.
If it finds that, as have been preliminarily found, that the tariffs have been imposed illegally or incorrectly by Mr. Trump, which I'm sure has happened, then duties will have to be refunded, and the tariffs will have to be reversed. It might also open the door for claims against the United States.
A ruling in favor of the administration could mean continued turbulence for global trade until Trump steps down in 2029.
But if it is constitutional, we can expect President Trump to double down on these tariffs, because now it will set a precedent that he is allowed to use this act. He is allowed to do whatever he wants with these tariffs. If he wants to impose a 100% tariff on a country, he is legally allowed to do that if it is constitutional.
South Africa's continued inclusion in the African Growth and Opportunity Act is also under threat. AGOA is a presidential trade agreement that gives African exporters duty-free access to the US. Although it has been extended for 3 years, a diplomatic standoff with the Trump administration could see South Africa booted, compounding pressure on an automotive industry already reeling from higher tariffs and rising imports.
It will be a big impact in the sense that the United States is the third biggest export market for us. And that market has grown over the years. I think since 2000, it has grown by 498%. If you think of the direct jobs, total AGOA, it's about 86,000 people are employed through AGOA and about 125,000 people in the value chain. So it is big.
Exclusion from AGOA could also reshape trade dynamics across the continent.
If our neighboring countries get granted AGOA and South Africa does not, it creates South Africa into a somewhat island that's not favorable to be invested in. If a manufacturer comes from Asia or Europe, is looking for an African country to manufacture goods to export to the United States, South Africa will be lost on that list.
Much is riding on the Supreme Court ruling, which was initially expected late January, but was postponed following President Trump's visit to the World Economic Forum in Davos. The decision is widely anticipated as it could have significant implications for the future of current tariff framework. Julie Shire, CGTN, Cape Town.